Big moves and huge results here on day one of competition at the Quiksilver Pro. We're into the second round and very important heats for our world title contenders. Adriano de Souza is going to be taking on Josh Kerr, business end of the year. During the break, de Souza kicked things off with this one.
Good size set wave. What can he do with this opportunity? Beautiful carve, and the wave shuts down, up and over, and hangs on. So he'll stick with it, most likely to grab the PWC as we watch the arc. We've watched this technique on those big open face arcs. The top 34, best in the world at doing it. It gets a little bit unbalanced on the return back into the wave, but pulled it off. So a good start for Adriano de Souza.
Managed to overcome Keanu Asing, last year's event winner. So a big result there for Owen. And Adriano's up once again. A super critical hit in the pocket. About as critical as you can get. And he sets up a barrel. That wave was coming together so nicely, but he got clipped on the exit.
What happened? Let's see here with the replay again. Fades off the bottom. Matter of fact, he's grabbing the rail to stabilize the board. Does a beautiful turn and then sets up this section, goes forward on it, and the barrel does not stay open enough. Grabs his outside shoulder and sends him in. And look at the placement of this return right here, right in the critical side. Talk about hitting it on the button. That was right there. And then this section just doesn't stay open enough for him. Right there, takes him out. Unfortunate, because that would have been a big number had he come out of that one and finished it up.
Surprised to see him fall there. His barrel riding has been so on point the past few seasons. As we see Josh Kerr now fighting so hard to get through this round. He needs a big finish here at the Quiksilver Pro France to stay alive and to even have a shot at requalification. Way down the bottom end of the leaderboard. Bit of dead time here. But that won't matter if he can execute something solid on the end section. Almost losing contact with his equipment. Does well to plant the float.
You know, you're way out to sea. As we watch the replay here of Josh Kerr's first wave. Outside section. Gets two beautiful turns before the whitewater takes over this wave. You know, he saw something happening here on this inside section. He stayed with it. And you can see the crease. That little double up section comes underneath and then opens up the wave. Some more opportunity. Big float to finish. So he added 3/4 of a point, say, maybe a point for finishing the ride, but also at the same time, it's like the only way you can pick up your personal watercraft is if you go all the way to that inside section. So it's really no harm, no foul to really finish the wave, because you are going to have to end up going into the inshore to pick up the ski anyway.
Any choice, they have to go for it. If Adriano wants a world title, he can't drop the ball here. Otherwise, he's going to be hanging on to a couple of 13ths. If Josh wants to requalify, he's got to keep motoring through this draw. He's got to get a lot further than just the third round. So he's got his work cut out. Here he goes, a nice looking wall. Bit of foam on the face.
Got to make that. Got to make that. Sierra's not going to be happy.
It's like the most aggro pillow fight you've ever been in, trying to ride out of those waves. Like someone's got bricks in the pillowcase. And here we go. De Souza up once again, trying to get rid of that 5. Hangs on that bottom turn for a long time, trying to be critical.
Let's take a look at Josh Kerr's wave number 2. Very similar start to his previous wave with the carve to layback snap combo, but gets a bit more opportunity here as he gets the cutback, and then needed to pull this one off to help bring that number further up. He had mentioned about having to finish his waves. That was one thing that he's been noticing he hasn't been able to do. Whereas Adriano getting the layback snap on the outside, this time looking for that actual lip connection.
Some of these earlier rides, and Pete, I'll allow you to kind of break down these two scores. 6.83 for de Souza, 6.6 for Kerr.
Well, you see the 2-turn combo on the left of your screen for the 6.83, and Josh Kerr with the 6.6. I mean, again, the outside moves are what was scoring. Very similar, just really kind of the telltale sign. You got Judge 5 says a 7.0 for Adriano, 6.5 for Josh Kerr.
Here we go, Kersey up. Nice clean face, but running out of room.
You know, and then
see if Adriano can make up for it. Beautiful looking wall. Into the pocket. Drives hard on the back foot. Nice little swoop there. Really just setting up this finish. And a pretty tidy combination. Just does so well to hang on to those finishing turns. You can tell he's not as centered over his board as maybe his
wave is going to improve on the 5.0. Again, mid-range set wave, sets it up with that bottom turn. You know, that section was going to flatten out pretty quickly. He realized that, and that's why he went right to the whitewater. Gave him that opportunity to do that nice arcing round maneuver, and then, of course, gets that finish. So important. Taking a look from above, you know, the section flattens out, but he does the most he possibly can to kind of show some variety in those flatter cutback sections. Changing the angle. Here again, look at this wave's going to flatten out, so he sees the most critical section straight up. So he goes for it straight up and then carves through it. That was nice work from Adriano, and this wave flattens out completely at this point, but again, showing the flow. He'll mix up these maneuvers, are really jarring that turn in once he slows down. There, throwing the layback. Best wave of the heat.
He keeps some of the cleanest rails on tour, doesn't he? Really grabs. His equipment's so tuned in. The work that he beat Miguel at Trestles, but the circumstances are very different here in France, and this is some pretty sizey surf we've got on hand too.
Let's take a look here at this wave. Starts off, again, wraps the cutback, and this wave's going to shut down. So just the two moves. I like the finish though, but judges are still going to say that that first maneuver probably not the best start to a wave. You know, you need a steeper section. And then the closeout finish again is good, but earns only a 4.77.
So needs a little bit. Here we go. 6.5 minutes to go. Kerr having another shot at that 7.9. Foam on the face, making it difficult to set a rail. But he's committed to this wave. Doing well just to link it all together, but it's just missing that real punchy turn.
Carrying so much speed as it is through all that foam, engaging a rail, nearly impossible.
Now Adriano gets an opportunity to get rid of the 6.83 and potentially push Josh in a combo. Nice backhand flow here. Just swings the tail a little bit too much on that last move and goes down. He wanted to sort of cheat it a little bit, skid the tail.
Well, this is the replay of Josh Kerr. Layback jam underneath the hood and pulls it together, but this is where it gets really challenging. Face is so hard to engage that rail. You know, so these were more placed maneuvers rather than really being able to commit to them. And I think he realizes this. Take a look here. First move, extends his back leg out through that maneuver. That allows him to keep the speed. And then to see what happens here. I mean, he's going to that critical section, gets a little loose, and just have near my home, Ocean Beach, where we had actually a rip curl event at one point. Very similar, just these big random offshore peaks.
In your way, but right now we've got Adriano up. Let's see if he can get a complete ride here. Throws everything at the first section. Probably looking down the line and seeing that wave was flattening out. He might not have been able to get into it. 25 seconds to go. He needs a 7.9. Adriano de Souza. He's going to try and get further ahead here. Starts with a little cutback. This wave's starting to steepen. There's a solid hit. Some points in that, but may need more to take this one. Higher than a 6.83. Clean on the closeout and plants it. The heat has come to an end. Not sure if we saw Josh on a wave out there, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it doesn't, does it? I mean, so it would not matter either way. That's unfortunate. Not getting the opportunity at the end. This is it. It's after the heat.
This one after the hooter. Josh Kerr knocked out of the Quiksilver Pro. Adriano de Souza keeps his world title chances alive. We're going to take a quick break.